Thank you, Chophi, for being here and for talking to us here about this important subject on MSMEs and their growth here in the Northeast. I want to talk about a very pertinent topic right now, which is also spoken about, touched upon in our earlier conversations here today, on the semiconductor industry. So earlier we had sessions where we spoke about IT, technology. Pratibha ma'am was here, spoke about how she started 20 years ago. I want to get your reading of the semiconductor industry in Assam. How is Assam supporting it or promoting the growth of the semiconductor industry in the state?
Thank you, Summit, for this time, and also the Times Now for having me here. And yeah, let me give you an overview of my observation in the 6th edition of the Kusana Japan-India Intellectual Conclave, where I was also invited and I was part of it there two weeks back, or just few weeks back in Shillong. So I got to hear from our Chief Secretary of Assam and also a few of the dignitaries from Assam, and the presentation that Japanese government was also and the entrepreneurs were given. In line with that, let me give you a little bit hints of it. So like, as we see about the semiconductors that has been held in Jaggi Road at the moment, so we see like Tata has been a major chunk where they are doing all the infrastructure and they are the key role in the semiconductor. And so here what we see is like, and the things that we see as per the data that is available online is like from August, that is, it will be fully functioned. And also this semiconductor is impacting not only the region, the Northeast one, but this is going to give a major boost to the country. That is very important. And this is going to create a job to not only the locals of Assam, but also I was told that many of my colleagues or many of my friends from across the country, as well as from Nagaland or from like the borders, like from the 8 states, are also part of that program. So in all of this is creating a job initiative, it's giving a platform also, and in this way it is boosting, it is going to boost a major chunk, and also it's going to have a global contribution. That's my say, yeah.
But that's great to know, because like you mentioned, it's not just about the progress that it will bring to Assam, it's about all the other states here in the Northeast and even impacting the nation on a larger front. But you know, people sometimes say that this is a semiconductor industry. It's a very specialized industry. You need the talent that will be working there, the workforce needs to be skilled to be able to manage the functions in that industry. Your thoughts on the skilling level in Assam, what the level is, where do you see maybe there are some gaps in the skilling, or where do you feel that, hey, these are the advantages because of the skilling factor, about how the workforce in Assam is able to meet the requirement of skilling that is required?
See, this is the first initiative also that Assam is taking a bold step. And also, if we look to the union budget at this moment, where the government of India has put a special emphasis on the semiconductor. And it's a great initiative that Assam government has taken. And also, as per, I will go back to the reference, because that day I heard a lot from the Japanese government, and so many of the experts were speaking on the semiconductors. And I think so, it's not only the Tata that is, yes, Tata is leading, but also I think so there is a share of knowledge also. So when the expert, and also we know Japanese technology and how they are right now. So when this is involved, I feel like, and not only feel, but the skilling gap, yes, definitely when it is starting, it will be there. But I think so it will mend all the gaps also. And it will upscale it, definitely it will upscale it. Yeah.
Right. Let's move to another angle of entrepreneurship, which boosts entrepreneurship, which boosts businesses to run, is the infrastructure part. We, just before this, we heard the Honorable Minister, he spoke about how, say, about 85% of Assam is covered by internet, but there are patches where this isn't. If you look at that infrastructure, the internet connectivity, which is key for any technology business. Second step, if you look at roads, bridges, connectivity, rail of locations to promote supply chains. Just wanting to get your overall opinion on this, this infrastructure, whether it is mobile, digital infrastructure or physical infrastructure. Where are you seeing Assam stand, and how are you seeing this help or being a hurdle for MSMEs and businesses in Assam?
Well, there is always a joke where we be from Nagaland, we come like, those were the days we take at least 6-7 hours to reach Guwahati. This morning I drove from nearly 5 and it took me just only 5 hours. If the speed meter does not catch me, if I am not in the, so it has, like, the development of Assam is tremendous. And this is not only the pride of Assam, but this is the pride of the Northeast, actually. Like the bridges, the roads, connectivity, and you see the Air Force recently where they have landed their jet fighters and the cargo carriers at Dibrugarh NH-127, if I'm not mistaken. So this has boosted a major development infrastructure. And this, when this infrastructures are taking place, this shows the economic growth also. Like, you have not asked me that question, but let me jump to that question. Like when we see about the GSDP of the Assam to 5 crore, the amount, like how much it has reached. Like the amount, this all shows that the development that is taking place, and this is all the measure boost that is, the infrastructure contribution is helping the state to grow in many ways. And I really appreciate the government of Assam. Yeah.
That is definitely true, because there has been phenomenal growth in the GSDP of the state to take it higher and higher up in the charts in the overall nation. Entrepreneurship, of course, over the last few years has grown in Assam, but are you seeing that only in urban parts like in Guwahati or Dibrugarh, or are you seeing that in different districts, in the maybe non-urban districts or in the far-flung districts of Assam? Are you seeing this businesses coming up, entrepreneurship, MSMEs trying and making a mark for themselves in different parts of Assam?
We had recently conducted a GI Mahotsav here in Guwahati. That is on the month of, that was January, here in Assam, our chamber, PhD Chamber of Commerce Industry. So we had around 50 participants, and also like from the state and across. And also I could get interaction with couple of friends from Assam. Like they were not only from the urban areas. Some were from Johat side, some were from the Karbi Anglong side. It was very surprising to see them. And also, like last year, we had a program with IP Yatra, that is in Shillong. So there also, I got to see many of the people from Assam come in. And if any program it is there also, we see that many participants are from Assam actually. And that is also not only from Guwahati itself, but here from Johat side, from upper, from the lower. So all of these, I think so, like it is not biased in this development, but it is going an inclusive growth. It is, I think so, it's given an equal growth also. And yes, not forgetting, if it's a government initiative, but like if we see about the circular economy, like biofuel that is taking place at Nimulgarh, at Golaghat. So in all of this, when I saw the presentation in the Kuzana, that it was seen like the bamboo, how they are collected, even from across the border, from Arunachal, even towards Nagaland side, and I think so, like the Karbi Anglong side and the Johat side, I think so they are all getting the benefit by rearing it also. So it's an inclusive growth, yeah.
You know, you spoke about bamboo, so I want to talk to you a little bit about biodiversity, about bamboo, about green manufacturing, because there is so much of a requirement of sustainable products or providing, because the demand for that across the country, even abroad, people are looking for more sustainable products, more recyclable products, things that are good for the environment and good for the planet. With Assam placed so well in having so much biodiversity, how are you seeing this trend of, say, green manufacturing? How do you see it phasing, the phases that it could go through? How do you see it panning out? Do you see that, yes, this is maybe one sector that Assam could, you know, do better in, or could make the most of to help its growth?
I think so. Assam has taken a great initiative. Like those were the days where we used bamboo just for making our huts or the handicrafts, where the artisans used. That was what it was used for. And like the famous business people think about bamboo was the toothpick. Yeah. So that was one business. But now, upscaling everything and right now the circular economy that has come into place right now in Numligarh, the very example, like bamboo or eternal fuel. This is a major boost. And also, what is happening is that with like Assam is geographically located with rich biodiversity, which our earlier speakers have already mentioned, and that is the fact. And so like coming to all the resources that the Assam has having in its context. So I think so this, like whatever the initiative has been taken, not only on the skills side, but like all the, like the major point as I've said is like the trying to convert the eternal fuel from bamboo. So this will really boost the economy. This will really create a job also among the people of Assam also and across the border. Yeah.
Chophi, I want to talk to you about Advantage Assam 2.0. It's a very exciting, very important initiative. What is your reading of that and of all the policies under that, or the steps that are being taken under that? How do you see it impacting Assam, specifically MSMEs, but overall industry also? What do you think, how will this pan out?
Advantage Assam 2.0, this is the creation, this was the step which Assam is right now actually. The road, the infrastructure, and all the development that we see right now taking place. I think so what the Advantage Assam, the initiative that has been taken, this has boosted as we talk about the economy, how it has boosted, and like it has contributed to the major chunk of the GDP also, with the stat growth. So all of these, I think so the initiative of Assam 2.0, this has contributed a lot, and also it has created, and I was so surprised to see that more than 7 lakh MSMEs are registered, and like 7.24 has already been, job has been created under MSME in Assam. So this is all the initiative of Advantage Assam 2.0, I think so, yeah.
What are some of the main sectors that you see? So if I was an entrepreneur based in Assam and I want to start my business, what would you recommend as maybe some of the top sectors or industries that you see going forward could be like the sunshine industries in Assam? What would be your advice?
See, like as we know, Assam is a vast state where it has like upper, lower, and it's geographically it has a different like places of business. Like as if we talk about Karbi alongside, there's a lot of natural resources. Like as we discussed about the bamboos. If we come back to here in the Guwahati side, the urban areas, we see like there is a lot of business. Like right now, Semiconductor is just at the doorstep. So like there are so many businesses, but what I would suggest is like as per the geographical location. As our Commissioner Secretary has also mentioned about organic, about like traditional. So like as we see, Assam is so much gifted, like we are rich biodiversity, we're culturally very rich, and we have the best of the best artisans. And in all of these aspects, if we can, as 2 points I want to just mention, like at this moment we see culture meets technology, culture meets commerce, talent meets technology. So which are you good at it? You have to upskill it. I think so this is the best business I can suggest.
Yeah, I really like that point that, you know, you have to see, the person has to see their strength and upskill on that as well, and then find that match between the business and their own passion, so to say, which earlier also in one of our sessions we had Mr. Pathak speak about that. From your perspective, where you're seated right now as the chair of the Northeast region of PHDCCI, what is a wish list that you would have for the government for the way ahead to keep promoting MSMEs to ease their life, to ease their way of working?
Like Assam government has been doing, like, I was so surprised to hear from our commissionaries up today, ki, like the tea, where they are providing 2 CR for the infrastructures. I think so, if you really want to help the youth grow, the entrepreneurs outshine and become self-reliant, and also, as we know, the people of Assam, the people of Northeast are resilient in nature. And so, in all of this, if we see like the government taking the initiative, like giving the tea gardener for the infrastructure, 2 CR and all. So like these initiatives, these schemes, even it may be a small bit of bait from the MSME, like if this contribution, this can be given to the entrepreneurs, the one who is struggling to come up. They have the best of the best ideas, but they have no feet to stand on their own. So in this case, if the government can look into it and see to it the need of the people and upskill their talents, I think so this will boost another economy of Assam as well. Yeah.
You know, Chophi, in my conversations with business persons, both MSMEs or mid-business or even large business, usually their concerns are one of 3, which is either marketing, means sales, means getting to market, means the target market. Second is finance. Third is talent. So whether skilling, attrition, these are predominantly these 3 buckets. What is your reading from the entrepreneurs, the business owners in Assam? Are these 3 the same kind of similar problems they have? Do they have any other challenges? What would you say?
Right now, as Northeast, we are trying to cope up with the mainland business at the moment. Like, if we have to consider myself, like, I think so, we are the second or the first generation business trying to keep the book. Like, that is, I think so, this is the fact with everybody here in Assam, also the young business entrepreneurs who are trying to come up. So what I would say, like the finance, that's very important, and all the skills and all, which the 3 points that you have mentioned also. So, but like particularly being very practical, I would always like recommend, and I would always say is key, the first important thing is that you should know your subject. You should know where you stand, you should know where, in which dimension, which aspects you're focusing, and that's very important. And then yes, later on, like finance come, importance like marketing, everything will come. But आपका जो product क्या है, आपका हाथ में क्या है, वो पहले master करना पड़ेगा. That is very important. Yeah.
You brought up a very important point about, you know, first or second generation entrepreneurs. It's not like where, you know, other parts of the country where people have been doing business and their family run businesses for 3, 4, 5 generations. What is your maybe top 2, 3 learnings from your own career that you would like to advise people who are, you know, again, first generation or second generation business owners? How would you be able to guide them?
See, for me, what I learned was, tax was a very new thing for us. We've been from tax exempted state, like Article 271 Clause A that has been applied in our state itself. So like that was something that was not aware for us also, yes. But what I learned in my career as a businessman and as an entrepreneur is key. You have to first try to learn. You have to be aware. You have to have the knowledge. You have to know where you are going, where you stand. Any business, anything, you have to know what is the norms. That's very important. And very importantly, as I said earlier also, you have to upskill which you are doing. That's very important. That's 2 points I will say. Yeah.
That's a very important point about the need to constantly learn, keep upskilling, because more than earlier, now is the time where change is happening so fast, with people have to keep up with the trends, especially business owners, because it's scary that sometimes if a trend changes, that business might just slow down. With the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I know they're doing a lot of great stuff around the country. Can you shed more light on the how the Chamber of Commerce and Industry is helping business owners in Assam also?
Let me give a little bit overview of PHDCCI.
Yes,
PHDCCI is 121 years old right now, and it's one of the oldest chamber in the country also, and with more than 150 registered companies with us. And like there are many programs which we have done in the Northeast, but like let me just give you three three points. One is like we do the Northeast Momentum. So all the first, second, third, fourth edition was all held here in Guwahati. And recently we did this second program was with this Ministry of Science and Technology on biofuel and remote sensing seminar. And also, like as I said, the third, as I've already mentioned about January program, which we had was GI Mahotsav. So these are all the programs that we are initiating, we are doing here in Assam, and also not only Assam, but also we are trying to reach out, like we have done. I think so. Most of the programs in all the 8 states of the Northeast we have done. Yeah. So we are in whatever possible ways that we can felicitate. We are here just to felicitate. And whatever the policies, the industries, and the business that are struggling, we're here to support. So, and the best ways, whatever possible ways, we are trying to reach out. Yeah.
Absolutely, that is so very much important there, because any form of support and help that businesses can get, it just helps them get better, move faster. Just as we start to wrap up the conversation, what would be your vision for the way ahead for MSMEs? How would you like to see the future of MSMEs from Assam?
Well, as I said, the figures may not be right also, but what I said, like 7 lakh something has been registered, and now seen the official data, 7.24 something has been right now getting the job created, like they have received the jobs through the MSMEs. So like right now, MSME is one that is creating job. That is creating job, and that is creating workforce also. So the future of the MSMEs of like Assam, what I can encourage them is you have to, as I said earlier, I'm emphasizing this also again and again, you have to upskill. Yeah. Because we as Northeast, we have a tendency of being complacent. Complacent. So we should not be, but we should keep on, as like, and my phone data is in my hand, that need a constant update. That I have to keep on updating the software. I think so. We have to run in that scale to be in a practical way. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, very true. Thank you so much, Chophi, for those valuable insights and for talking to us about MSMEs and the growth of MSMEs in Assam. Thank you so much.